The recent Paris Olympics saw a surprising and contentious figure make headlines, Rachael Gunn, known in the breaking world as Raygun. Her performance at the Games not only drew global attention but also sparked a deep divide within the Australian hip-hop community, revealing both the complexities of the sport's journey to the Olympics and the intense scrutiny faced by its participants. A journey from jazz to breaking. Rachael Gunn's path to Olympic fame began with a more traditional background in jazz, tap, and ballroom dance. It wasn't until her husband and coach, Samuel Free, introduced her to breaking at the age of 20 that her trajectory changed. Gunn's early years in breaking were marked by struggle and self-doubt as she navigated a male-dominated scene. Despite these challenges, she gradually emerged as a leading figure in Australian breaking, gaining recognition as a top-ranked B-girl and an academic with a PhD in the cultural politics of the sport. Gunn's breakthrough came in October of the previous year at an Olympic qualifying event in Sydney. Out of 15 women competing from across Oceania, she clinched the top spot, earning her place at the Paris Games. This achievement marked a significant milestone for Gunn and for Australian breaking, which had historically struggled to gain international prominence. Olympic controversy. The excitement surrounding Gunn's Olympic debut quickly turned to controversy. The Games, her performance was characterized by unconventional and creative moves, including the sprinkler and kangaroo-inspired hopping. While these elements were intended to showcase her unique style, they were met with widespread ridicule and criticism. Her green tracksuit and unorthodox routine led to a flurry of memes and negative commentary, which went viral online. The backlash against Gunn was swift and severe. She faced a barrage of violent messages and was the subject of an anonymous petition demanding an apology, which garnered 50,000 signatures. Critics alleged that Gunn had manipulated her way onto the Olympic stage, accusing her of exploiting her position for personal gain. These claims included unfounded conspiracy theories suggesting that she had a hand in creating the governing body for the Oceania qualifiers and that her husband, a judge, influenced her selection. Defense and misinformation. In response to the allegations, Australian fact-checking organizations and AUS Breaking, the national body for breaking, defended Gunn. They clarified that the judging panel for the Oceania qualifiers was impartial and that no Australian was involved in the selection process. Te Hiratanga Wepiha, a Kiwi judge on the panel, publicly supported Gunn, describing her as courageous for participating despite knowing the tough competition she would face. Despite these efforts to clear the air, the damage to Gunn's reputation was considerable. The Australian Olympic Committee and high-profile athletes defended her, condemning the widespread misinformation and abuse. Gunn herself took to social media to express her frustration and sadness, emphasizing that she had prepared diligently and aimed to bring joy through her performance. Impact on the Australian breaking community. The fallout from Gunn's Olympic performance has had a profound impact on the Australian breaking community. The response has been polarizing, with some insiders feeling that Gunn's performance did not represent the high standards expected on such a global stage. Spice, an Australian hip-hop pioneer, criticized the routine as a misrepresentation of Australian breaking, while also condemning the extreme bullying Gunn faced. On the other hand, many within the community have rallied to support Gunn, condemning the abuse and highlighting the need for a fair and respectful analysis of her performance. Controversy has also had a broader impact, with local B-girls experiencing online harassment and feeling unsafe in their public practice spaces. A potential silver lining. Despite the negative aspects of the controversy, there is hope that Gunn's high-profile appearance might bring positive change. Some believe that the increased attention could lead to greater resources and support for the Australian breaking scene, which has historically struggled due to its isolation and limited public funding. Steve Gao, Secretary of AUS Breaking, acknowledged the challenges faced by Australian breakers and emphasized the need for continued support and development of the sport. The hope is that Gunn's Olympic participation, while controversial, may ultimately serve as a catalyst for growth and recognition for breaking in Australia. Conclusion. Raygun's Olympic debut has undoubtedly been one of the most talked about events in the world of breaking this year. While her performance and the subsequent reactions have highlighted significant divisions within the sport and its community, they have also opened a dialogue about the future of breaking on the global stage. As the Australian breaking scene grapples with the fallout, there is cautious optimism that this high-profile moment might bring about much-needed change and support for the sport.